Hi Scorpio, hope you guys are doing great. So welcome to your August 1st through 7th reading. I actually pulled a chart for the first time. That's not the first chart I pull them all the time. But usually I don't bother showing them on screen. But you know what? There is so much energy going on the first week of August that I figured I'm going to talk about the astrology the first week of August, what's going on the rest of August specifically for you guys, Scorpio, and then I'll pull cards, okay? So if you don't want the astrology, just fast forward until you see me pulling the cards. It's, no worries. I'm not going to timestamp. I'm not going to do that. If somebody wants to throw that in, they can. I'd appreciate that. But let's get right into this. So we have this full moon in Aquarius on August 3rd. Okay, so this is really the axis that we're going to be focusing on, this with Uranus as well. So this full moon occurs when the sun in Leo forms an opposition to the moon in Aquarius here. And the full moon is a time of culmination and the promise of fulfillment that you planted at the new moon. So it's an emotional time for sure. It's a time of romance, fertilization, and even relationships. And the sun in Leo is very proud. It really, really is. And it's very individual, but so is Aquarius. The difference here, though, is that Leo in the sun is more of a me energy, and this is more of a we energy, right? So where they're both like want to be unique in their own individuals, Aquarius is more about team, community, and group spirit. So the full moon illuminates this conflict, we could say, between the two, between what the self wants and the collective wants and needs, right? And doesn't have to be like society, it could just simply be the other people in your life, right? So when a full moon occurs, we can suddenly, come out with these huge ideas, these proclamations that seem fresh and new, but it's because they haven't been, been saying like fully rationalized yet, fully thought out. We don't have all the information right now. We just don't. We have 5 planets retrograde right now. We don't have all the information. But we're in such a heavy planning phase because of what's going on with Mars that we're going to think we know more than we actually know. So, and the full moon illuminates feelings and attitudes and circumstances that all are already in existence within us, but we may not see everything really totally clearly at this time. Okay. Now, I do want to say, like this moon energy squaring Uranus right here suggests that we need to watch out for prematurity and any kind of abrupt changes or rebellion, right? In a very practical way that's going to end up impacting things that we care about, things that we value, right? Because Uranus is in Taurus, and Taurus is the landlord of the second house of resources. That has to do with our money. It has to do with everything we value, our family, the food we eat, everything that we value, right? Whatever we value. On a more global level, it would be our country, our cities, our societies, right? What do we value? But I try to keep it to the personal here, okay? Now, the phase of the moon, this phase of the moon is going to occur at 11 degrees and 46 minutes of Aquarius. It's also going to be happening at 11 degrees in Leo. So to have that same degree in opposition like that, guys, that's very rare. This is going to be very powerful. It really is. Now, those of you who know your chart, definitely check out where you have 11 degrees Aquarius, 11 degrees of Leo. Look at what houses it's in. That's going to be even more, that's going to speak even more specifically to you and to your life. But just on a global level, we're going to be having this push and pull, right? Because also Aquarius rules our 11th house of dreams, of goals. It's our goals and what it is that we want. And our 5th house is our creativity and things that we just want to do, right? But there's going to be this tension between what we want to do and our goals, right? And we're going to need to look at that. And then we have Uranus being like, hey guys, over here, something needs to change. Because when we have an inconjunct, it's a square, but that we have 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3. So these are 3 signs away from each other. So basically what this means is Uranus is saying you can't talk yourself out of this. You can't think yourself out of it. You have to actually physically do something in order to change. Okay? You have to change the way you're creative. You have to change something with your children. Because Leo is the 5th house, has to do with children. It has to do with the things we want to do. It has to do with love affairs, boyfriend-girlfriend connection, what we do with our partner on a Monday through Sunday. It has to do with the act of sex. It has to do with our entrepreneurial endeavors. Okay, and this is Aquarius is here like, come on, let's go. I'm ready to go into the future. I'm feeling it, right? With the moon, it's bubbling up. I want to get going. I want to get going. But there is this tension because we need to make adjustments. There's something that we're not seeing, so we need to make these adjustments. Okay, there's something we need to focus on, but everything's there already. But not everything is clear. See, something is being cloaked right now. Now, the fixed signs are going to be feeling this the strongest: Taurus, Leo, you guys, and Aquarius, the most significantly, especially those who have like around 8 to 16 degrees of any of the fixed signs. Everybody's going to be feeling it, but you guys are going to be feeling it the most. Now, that's going to be happening on the 3rd. Then on the 4th, we do have Mercury going into Leo. I like this because our thinking is going to be more confident, more grand. The focus is now really going to be on your goals. And the bigger the goal, the better. No one's paying attention to details right now. No one is. I mean, we can try, but even the details are like a moving target. So it's really enough right now to think big picture, you know, be in a planning phase of things. That's all really good stuff. Very expressive energy too, but we want to make sure that we have the volume turned up in our ears because we're not very good listeners in this energy. So obviously if I'm saying it to you, I'm saying it to everyone else, and everyone is going to have a hard time hearing each other right now. So that's something that if we're mindful of, you know, we can pay better attention, you know, to it and hopefully circumvent that issue. Then on the 7th, we do have Venus in Gemini and the North Node in Gemini going into Cancer. And I'm very happy about that because it's been in conjunction with Neptune, and it's been like, I don't know how I feel about that, fill in the blank. I'm really not sure. You feel very passionately about something, but you can't even fully articulate it. And yet you're not fully sure of anything. You're fully sure of everything and nothing at the same time. It's a very confusing energy, right, when it's in conjunction with Neptune. So now it's going to be going into Cancer. So, you know, you might experience some emotional ups and downs in love under this influence due to an increased sensitivity. But we're all very tender, very romantic. Those of us who are in good relationships right now, it's going to be a very sweet, cuddly time. If you're not in a relationship at all, that you don't even care about that stuff, this is a great like snuggle up at home with Netflix kind of energy and just really connect to just being at home in your roots, maybe, you know, having a couple of people over, like really nice. It's about, you know, safety and security and that cozy feeling. If you're in a relationship where things are a little questionable right now, it might be a little... your sensitivities might be running a little high. Okay, I mean, it's just the way this particular energy is. All right, so I'm going to put this on the side for a second, and I'm going to get more specific with what's going on with you, Scorpio, personally, because we have these squares going on. I know a lot of channels are like, the planets are at war with each other and everybody's fighting. I mean, I suppose because they're squaring, but it's more like a summit where there needs to be, there's going to be tension for a couple of months, but it's towards the end of bringing out really good change. And you know that there's really good change on the other side of this. Now, for you, Mars is in your 6th house. Pluto, Saturn, and Jupiter are in your 3rd house. So Pluto's about but by the way, everybody's retrograde. Fabulous, right? Pluto's about transformation. Saturn is about restriction and karma and structure. They need to do something organized, methodically. And Jupiter wants to just expand all of that. Jupiter just goes and expands it. It just like makes everything times 10 in that area. So you have that energy in your 3rd house. So Scorpio, I have to tell you a couple of things I'm feeling. Many of you are going to be, how do I want to say this? You're going to be releasing some sort of karmic ties or karmic situations having to do with your siblings and extended family. This 3rd house is siblings. So any sort of situation that you've had going on, it could have been a long issue. Even if you're not in touch with your sibling anymore, something's going to be showing itself in your life. Now, this could just be simply this is going to be, first of all, a very nostalgic month for everybody. There's going to be a lot, some of you are going to be just deeply nostalgic for the past. A lot of you are going to be nostalgic and have things resurface from the past. In the 3D, it's going to be different for all of you. But it's this need to burn off some sort of karma. So we're burning off a lot of karma with the next transit that I'm going to tell you about. But having to do with this square, there's going to be a lot of tension between your third house of siblings, but it's also the house of learning, communication, short distance travel, it's paperwork. So there's going to be a lot of tension there. And then the sixth house is your day-to-day. It's your everyday. It's also your day-to-day work environment. It's also your health. So for many of you, you could be releasing something that you thought was true, right? Something that you believe, that maybe you read online, or something that you were learning about having to do with your health that you need to let go of. You need to focus on your mental, physical, and emotional health a lot more specifically now, in a very different way, because there is this square. There is something going on with, whether it's this relationship with that sibling is causing you a lot of depression and anxiety, right? That's the sixth house. Third house is the sibling. Sixth house is that anxiety and that depression. There is this square there. There's this tension, and there needs to be this. There is an outdated mode of thinking regarding something in your third house of how you communicate, how you relate, how you get along with your siblings, something to do with them, your extended family. Something needs to be released and changed and updated, because it's outdated now. You can't keep holding on to something having to do with that area of your life. So Mars is going to be in your sixth house, and Mars is in there always to help us. So Mars is really going to be prompting you to take very good care of your health, looking at your health differently, looking at your day-to-day. What are you doing on your day-to-day when you wake up, when you wake up and you go to sleep? What is your day-to-day work environment like? Mars is going to be pushing you to level yourself up in this area, and you must. And you're going to be doing this by learning, by adapting, by letting go of an old way of doing something. So that's going to be going on until like around November, right? It's between, there's going to be some settling up around there. Now, we also have the galactic center activating the South Node in Sagittarius in your second house of resources. Now, guys, this only happens once every 19 years. This is a really good thing no matter what, because this is about releasing karma as well. This is releasing deep karma, though. We're talking South Node stuff that's been with you for a long time. So this is releasing attachments to your beliefs about money, about resources, about the things that you value, releasing your attachment and updating how you relate to the things that you value. Now, often this can show up as a loss, right? Where it's like a loss of an asset to elevate you. Or the need to sell something, not necessarily somebody coming in and either stealing it or you like quite literally losing it. Maybe the need to let it go, to release. You can't have that anymore in that way. But then you're going to notice that, for example, if it's a home, you're going to find a home that's even better. You're going to get into a situation that's even better, that's more valuable to you. Okay, so that is a very profound energy. Again, that only happens every 19 years. So something's going to be happening with your resources. There's going to be, now I don't want you to be afraid, because this is really ultimately a very, very, very positive thing. Very positive thing. But there's going to be a restructuring of how your resources roll out, okay? And then we have the new moon happening on the 18th. It's a Leo and Mercury new moon. That's happening in your 10th house. So I love this. This could be a new career having to do with writing, communicating, right? Because it's got Mercury in there. It can increase your public standing, increase public recognition. Really good energy. Now, this is the thing. In the new moon, the sun and the moon get together and they communicate and they create. They communicate and they create. Whatever it is that they're creating, it takes around 6 to 9 months to come to fruition. So even though you're planting the seed now, you're going to do all the work, you're going to do all the planning, all of that, fabulous. You're really going to see something sort of, really come to fruition in about the spring, which I think kind of makes sense just because of COVID as well. I mean, it's hard to push projects and ideas or whatever else you guys might be working on right now, but I do see the spring having a different affect and regarding this seed that you're planting, but it's all really, really good. And then what's also very good is you're going to have Venus in the 9th house. So that's going to be really sweet, having to, for a few weeks. And what I like about this for you is you're going to feel a little confused the rest of the month, because there's going to be a lot of shifts in your day-to-day, right? Whenever the 6th house gets impacted, because that's our day-to-day, it's like, all right, what the hell's going on? Like, what is my life like? So you're like on a, like Monday through Sunday, like, look, feels so different all of a sudden. But what I like is Venus in your 9th house of beliefs. You're going to be able to sort of, in a very supported way, figure out like a new belief system for yourself, fine-tune your belief system, just get in touch with like a new set of like ideas, ideals, morals, things that you really want to do. So I really like that for you. So, okay, that's the astrology. Let's get into the cards. Let's start with the Lenormand. Why don't we pull these eyes down for now? Okay. Let's throw the Astro dice, see what we have. Oh, 9th house. Isn't that cool? Because we have Venus going in there for you. Yeah, we have Neptune. I don't know what's going on, Neptune. All right, we have Sagittarius. So Sagittarius is the landlord of the 9th house. So you might feel, all right, so you might be in a space where you're sensing a lack of clarity. You're having a little lack of clarity when it comes to your belief system. But something that seems unclear right now is unclear because it's not supposed to make sense yet. It's just not supposed to. But I feel like it will by the end of the month. I really like that. Tapping into your, yeah, because I definitely feel like there's a lot of shifting going on in those 9th house energies for you. Your belief system, how you view religion, your moral code, your moral compass, what you think is right or wrong for yourself, for your life. Okay, we have mountains. So there's definitely some sort of conflict, obstacle. There's an obstacle, a compass. All right, we have to see what the compass, and we have to pull the next card to see what the compass needs. What do you need to tap into, Scorpio, in order to deal with these obstacles that you're dealing with? You need to tap into your partner, your love life. This is the Heart card, and so it does represent love. Now, if you're not in a relationship, this does indicate anybody who you have strong affection for, so it could certainly also be a family member, a friend who you really, really value, someone who you're very close with, but this is definitely a not going it alone energy. You're very aware of time. Time is a big deal here. Oh, but beautiful. There's money coming. This is a very, very positive card. I think like 2 other signs got the fish in the Lenormand, which is great. This is really great. But you're very conscious, you're very, very aware of time right now. You're very aware of time. You're very focused on, this is very preordained though. Not only is this money, this is just really, this is like success, you know? This is really good success. But I feel like you're going to be, but you're not doing this alone. There's somebody, either there's a wife, a husband, a boyfriend, girlfriend, you know, a partner, a life partner, a very close friend, you know, but it's that close, intimate. It's nobody sort of more external than that. Yeah. Is going to be helping you to deal with whatever obstacles are in the way. What I like about this, Scorpio, is they have a very team player vibe here. And I'm liking that a lot for you. Yeah. Yeah, I just definitely feel there's another energy here with you that's helping you out. You know, if you don't have a significant other right now, this could just simply be, again, a family member or a very close friend, somebody who means a lot to you, who cares about you. The Hierophant, wow, yeah, 9th house. Belief system, yeah, so, you know, this is all syncing up. And then we have the Emperor, beautiful, beautiful. 6 of Swords, okay. 10 of Pentacles. 5 of Pentacles. Ace of Cups, fabulous. 9 of Pentacles. 7 of Wands. My Priestess, you're not talking. 4 of Cups. All right, well, coming to this energy, I feel like with the Five of Pentacles, this is very much a mental card where you're feeling the sense of lack. You feel like you're not connecting, you're not communicating in a healthy way to someone. You're in the space of lack. Either you don't have enough money for something that you want to do. You're very saddened about the communication issues in your relationship. You don't really enjoy or like or appreciate how you guys are connecting to one another coming into this energy. Currently, right now, though, I mean, the Hierophant energy is the marriage card, so that could relate very directly to those of you who are married or thinking about getting married, anything like that. The Hierophant is also, you know, those ninth house energies, which has to do with religion, belief systems. What is your career supposed to look like? Where are you supposed to live? What do you really want for yourself for the rest of your life right now? And this is the funny part. When I say like everything's changing, it really, really is. And I've been saying this is no like next chapter. This is like the next volume in your life, right? I mean, this is a whole other ball game here. And so many people are at this space where they're like, what do I really, really want? And I'm feeling like you're trying to whittle down exactly what it is that, because I feel like, I'm sorry if I'm cutting myself off because I have to say things as they come in. I feel like many of you are changing your dreams, changing how you envision your life to be, changing voluntarily, maybe not so voluntarily, but doing it nonetheless, the way you saw your life rolling out and getting in touch with a new belief system, an updated belief system. Yes, all right, yeah, because especially because of all this energy that we have going on, this karmic energy we have going on right now. But I love that it's crossed by the Emperor. This is fabulous. It's about being large and in charge. This is leadership energy. So if it has to do with relationship, yes. I mean, if that has to do with marriage, you're thinking about marriage or that level of relationship, or it could just be you feeling very like in a space of lack having to do with your career and you're like, what do I even want? You know, kind of updating your system, getting in touch with what you really want. This is you taking the bull by the horns, quite literally, and saying, come on, let's go. You know, feeling very assertive, very brave, very confident, not paying attention to the details. The Emperor really doesn't do that. The Emperor is a go-getter, is great at starting things, doesn't always think about the, you know, what's on the other side. That's okay. We're all in that space right now. It's enough for you to just be in this Aries Mars energy, which is the Emperor of planning. Okay, good. For those of you where you're in this space of feeling alone and you're wanting to be in a relationship, right? The Hierophant can indicate, crossed by the Emperor, you meeting somebody who aligns with your values, your morals, your ethics, and somebody who, somebody who is truly of value, worth holding on to because they have the energy to go the long haul. The Emperor is a very ride or die, very true blue energy. So to have that with the Hierophant, that's beautiful, having to do with relationship. And again, having to do with career. This is about you getting in touch with what you want and you going for it. Because this is all about a brand new path and a fresh perspective. The crowning energy is the Six of Swords. So the Six of Swords is you moving away from something toxic. But quite honestly, I have to tell you the truth, Scorpio. You moving away from something toxic does not have to be a relationship. It does not have to be a job. It can be. This is a general reading. But I also want to add another option in there, just considering the energies going on. You can be moving away from any set of toxic thoughts and outdated ways of thinking that have not served you up until now. And it's time to just get up and leave. Just get away from that negative anything, that negative narrative that you've been allowing to play over in your head, because swords are words. And a lot of times the words that we tell ourselves, many times it's an internal narrative that doesn't serve us. It just doesn't. And I have to say that only because we have that crowning, but then look at where your foundation is. You got the Ten of Pentacles. Ten of Pentacles is another marriage card. For those of you in relationship, if you're not getting married, this is a deepening of commitment. It's a deepening of communication. It's a deepening of your foundation. If it has to do with a job, this is you making money, honey. That's it. Whatever you are in that you're being assertive with right now, this path that you're working toward, I feel like you're releasing this Five of Pentacle energy, this feeling of lack, that's emotional anyway, because the reality is with the Five of Pentacles, you have more support and there's more goodness here than you're willing to see in the moment. That's the harsh reality of this card. If you know in the regular Rider Waite, it's the two characters walking past in the snow. There's snow on the ground. Clearly they're outside and they're freezing and they're hungry, and one person can hardly walk. And they're passing a church that's got stained glass windows. Well, they should know that the church doors are always open. They could go in there and get warm. They can probably get a meal. They can ask somebody for help, but they're so focused on their pain and on what's right in front of them instead of lifting up their eyes to see and look around to see the support that is available. They're very focused on the lack. And in this card, we see there's help for her behind here, but she's very in the front, in the dark, huddling. She doesn't have to. She just has to get up and go into the light and she'll be okay, right? So that's toxic thinking. I feel like a lot of you guys are going to be walking away from that, letting that go. Yes, because this is you and only you. Nine of Pentacles, Venus and Virgo. This is the I can breathe card. You're very focused on being able to breathe. And what do I mean by that? Having enough money to get a little something extra for yourself without completely stressing out that you're not going to have anything, right? This is definitely a mindset that you're in right now, and you want to stay in that. And it's like, how do I stay in that? How do I maintain this? What do I do for? Many of you are focused on attaining that. No, you're not at the Ten of Pentacles yet, but you hit the Ten of Pentacles here. It's the foundation. So it's going to happen because this situation that's going to be going on right now. But this is you in the moment, Nine of Pentacles. So I do like that. I mean, Venus and Virgo, you're very practical, very pragmatic. Now, that has to do with money. If it doesn't have to do with that, if this has to do with relationship, this is, you're building with somebody. You don't feel like you're in a space of lack with the energy that you're with right now. I don't feel like you do. Then we have the Seven of Wands. And the Seven of Wands is an external energy, though. See, now this is what I say. I see you being like, I'm not going to say cold as a cucumber. Because that would be silly to say about Scorpio, right? But you're dealing with an external energy with the Seven of Wands. This is Mars and Leo energy, where somebody is being very definitive on what they want, need, and desire. Because it's a Mars in Leo. So Mars is very expansive, right? It's a fire energy. And when it's in Leo, Leo's about creativity. Leo is about relationship, love affairs. It has to do with sex. It has to do with communication. It has to do with our children. It has to do with our business enterprises. It has to do with all of that, right? And this is somebody coming in and saying like, Scorpio, I need more in this way, and you being in a space where it's like, but I'm pretty okay with where I am right now. Like, I don't want to make those changes very much. That's not feeling very comfortable to me. I really don't want to have to do what is necessary for this. So this could be where, there are certain demands being put on you in a relationship by somebody, because this is an external energy from you. This is not you. You're very in your space, in your peace. Now, that's going to resonate with some of you where you're dealing with a partner who's like, Scorpio, I need A, B, and C. Like, this is just what I need. And I don't want it to get into like it being like a big battle here of egos and needs and all of that. That's going to resonate with some of you. Others of you, this external energy could just be kind of swimming around you right now, where you're very focused on just kind of breathing and being okay in this Venus and Virgo energy, right? Just feeling good about yourself, having the money you need, feeling very grounded, and all of that. But you feeling the need to sort of like defend this desire to feel this sense of groundedness, to feel this sense of just not really experiencing the lack, because you experience the lack here and you don't want to do it anymore. You just don't want to. You don't want to have the lack anymore. So that it could be resonating like the way this isn't actually a person. This could just certainly be the general energies. Now, the fear is the High Priestess. So the High Priestess is the moon energy, and this tells me that you're a little afraid of something that you're feeling deep inside, because the moon is I feel, and the High Priestess is you're feeling something deeply, and you're actually maybe even planning something, and you're not talking to anybody about it. And you're a little scared of that, whether it's that you're scared of what you're feeling, or you're scared if somebody's going to find out what you're really feeling, or you're scared that you have to share what it is that you're feeling. It's going to be something different for each of you. But that is in your fear. But I have to tell you, the advice here is wait it out a little bit, because the High Priestess, it's the shh, don't tell anybody card. Like, don't. Let some of these energies pass and then see what's going on. See what's going on. And that also does indicate a fear about going something alone. And I don't feel like you're going anything alone. I just don't feel. I'm not getting that here. And then we have the Four of Cups energy. Now, this is the outcome card. So this is where I say you want to make sure you don't get in your own way. You want to make sure. Four of Cups. This is the checklist card. You identifying that somebody was just not showing up the way you really wanted them to show up, or somebody claiming this about you, where either them saying, I can't stand it when you do A, B, and C, or you saying that about them, and it being a deal breaker energy, and you feeling very restless because of it, and you feeling very disillusioned in the relationship. But the thing is, you have to look at what is happening here, and they need to look at what's happening as well, and you have to figure out what is that pushing. Because I feel like this Four of Cups energy, whatever is being pointed out, is poking at a fear or an insecurity or a vulnerability that is bugging you out a little bit. And it's making you feel really, really restless. But I feel like there's something that's going on here where, Scorpio, you're very focused on what your needs are, right? Which is great. Very focused on what your needs are. And you're just feeling too restless to stay in something else. Because the Ace of Cups is a brand new offering here. Ace is brand new. New offer of love. Beautiful. Okay. Now let's interpret this for work. Another relationship too, because I don't want to scare any of you. So we have all of these ideas in marriage, the ride or die, leaving the toxicity, right? Being in this beautiful Ten of Pentacles energy, and you just being very focused on the fact that finally I could breathe. Now, either you're feeling this space where you're feeling the need to defend what it is that you want, or you're dealing with this other energy and you're feeling a certain way, but you're not really telling anyone, but it's disappointing you. You thought that they were a certain way and they're not, and you're dealing with that disappointment. Okay, now some of you are going to choose to walk away, in which case you're going to meet somebody brand new. Others of you, you may end up end the relationship there, but this is the near future. You guys come back around and you figure out how could you do things differently. Okay, that's going to resonate with others of you. Now, for some of you, those of you who are single, this could be just what you are focusing on right now. And this Ace of Cups is your near future, where you're releasing the toxic thoughts. You're focused and open to the idea of meeting somebody who you could do it long term with. You're keeping a very sort of benefic mindset. You're focused on the prize here. You're really very much not wanting to deal with anybody's baby ego or any of that nonsense. You don't want to deal with that. Right? So many of you in the near future, you're going to be figuring out what it is that works for you, what doesn't work for you, and you're going to be meeting somebody new in the Ace of Cups energy. Now, if this has to do with a job, so we're in this Ten of Pentacles energy, right? You guys, and then in the Nine of Pentacles where you feel like you're making the money, okay? You might be dealing with somebody who's very demanding in the workplace. And then you're like, I don't know, I think I might not be as happy as I initially thought. And those little feelings start become very glaring to you. Where you got the checklist card out. I can't stand when they do da 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 da, and I don't like this job because of da 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 da. Because Ace of Cups can indicate a new path on a career or the offer of a new job. So I hope that was helpful to give you all the different interpretations of it. Now let's pull a couple of heart oracles for love, and then I'll pull a few chakra tarots for additional career messages, okay? So I know a lot more people, more now, and it saddens me, quite frankly, because I don't like what it means, are looking for career guidance, Just so many people are struggling right now. So a lot of people are like, oh, you do a lot of relationship, not enough career. Like, okay. Ooh, passion. Embrace. Ooh. Power. Yeah. Passion and magnetic and seductive qualities surround you at the present. Enjoy it. Embrace. Through each other you find the missing pieces. Power. You instinctively know what is right for you, and you have the power to say no or to walk away at any time. Okay. Okay. Let's pull. Oh, Justice came out. Justice came out. I like the Justice card when we're talking about career. It's the 7th house. So those of you who have business partners, good stuff. It's all going to be about what's fair, what's not fair. It's Venusian energy because it's Libra. So, you know, Venus is a money planet. Is the money there? Are you being paid equitably? Are you being treated fairly? Do you like how you feel in the job? Do you get a good vibe from it? Do you feel connected to it? Princess of Cups. Yeah, I mean, I like this. This is really good. I mean, because this tells me that there's a new cycle here. It's a new cycle that you're definitely going to be loving. King of Wands, Cancer and Leo. Yeah. So you're going to be finding foundation, a strong foundation in something that you feel really, really passionate about. Now, this could be somebody offering you a job. This could be you going after the job, or this could just be the general energetic influence. But all three I see is very, very positive here, because it's all about, you know, fairness and feeling connected, fairness and feeling safe, fairness and feeling excited. So that is what I have. I hope this was helpful to you guys in some way. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.